Hey, Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. This video is not going to be covering a specific trade. It's going to be more of me charting. So I'm just going to be charting one crypto and I'm going to be going through my process and my steps that I look for when I'm charting crypto or another asset. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this is because I'm adding one more tool in my strategy when I'm charting and when I'm trading. But before we get into it, as always, PSA, please consult somebody professional before you delve into trading of any type of crypto or volatile asset. This is not financial advice at all. And please consult a professional, as I just said. And lastly, these videos are for my edification and obviously to chart, no pun intended, my trading journey. And if you find them helpful, great. If you like them, great. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want me to chart. But jumping right in here, we're going to look at Orion Protocol, which essentially in the crypto space is a DeFi exchange. So more of a decentralized exchange. A DEX is what they call them. And it plays different than like a Uniswap where it's a non-custodial decentralized exchange. So pretty cool. But with that being said, we're just going to be charting right now. So first step I always do is I go to the higher time frame, the weekly time frame. And the reason I adjusted that from the monthly is just to provide more opportunity for trading. Okay. And here I'm looking for, because we are in an uptrend and we're in prices trending upwards, we're looking for past resistance that would be looked at as support now. And one of the key requisites I look for are candles, multiple candles to the downside when I'm looking for resistance, because I know that level is held. So something like this would constitute as support or as a strong level of resistance, which could then turn and become support. Another thing I like to look for is if that resistance was once support. If you look to the left, this was support here as well. So this is a viable key level for me. Okay. The next thing is we look here. We can look and see if price was support and resistance, and it was. I like that level a lot. Here we look here. Even though we said we were looking for resistance, I do look at the support as well. So in the reverse, right? So now we're looking for green candles for support. So multiple green candles for support to ensure that those are strong levels of support, which would then act as resistance. Why do we want that? Well, that could be a potential target for our buys. Right? So here we have three candles, three green soldiers right here. That's a good level for me. Scroll to the right. It's acting as resistance currently. Okay. So that's a good level. And I only like to draw maybe about three or four. This one here, this would be good as well. Okay. We have, again, three green candles up, three red candles down. Look to the left. This acted as support as well. And I think that should do it for me. Now, one thing that I do like to mark my levels here, and I do have a weekly here that I like to mark out. And here. And here. I don't think this one caught. Let's see. Let's do that again. And here. Okay. And the next thing I like to do is I do like to see if we have a daily level. So for this, we will go down to the daily. And then you can also see how good your levels have reacted with price as well. You can see this is a key level. It's worked really well with historical price, which is good. This level for daily sticks out to me here. We can see multiple red candles here. It's been tested multiple times. Looks like it acts as support. I always like to scroll to the left though, just to see. Okay, it looks like it's been tested over here as well. So I'm gonna mark this. And sometimes these levels are subjective, so I like to mark at the base here, just like that for the candle. I don't like to really mark at the wick because I like it to be pretty level. You can mark at the wick if you want, but I like my levels to mark at the base of the candle. Okay, and so here's my range, and the reason why I like to mark my levels, I like to have a key level at the bottom, key level at the top, and then a daily in the middle, and that's my range. That's my range that price is going to be trading in between typically. And so now one other level that or one other tool that I'm using now that has worked great is the Fibonacci. So the Fibonacci tool, when price starts to retrace, it will provide significant insight into where price could essentially go. So how I have it set up, let's take a step back here. And I'm going to draw this out and then I'll explain what I'm doing, but I want to show my settings first. So with my Fibonacci, I have these settings. You know, there's a number of settings with that Fibonacci, and if you're unfamiliar with the Fibonacci, it was developed by a historical Italian mathematician, if I'm not mistaken, and the Fibonacci numbers play in everyday life, right? And I can't really explain right now. I'll be doing more reading and more research why this necessarily works, but it's a little bit alarming with how well it works. And what I mean is it points out specific key levels that price essentially could retrace and go to. And I've also back tested this as well, and it's pretty remarkable. So typically how I use it is I have those levels that you saw, but I also have extensions. And that just means where the Fibonacci will predict where price is going to go if if your asset is in price discovery. So I place my Fibonacci on the swing low, which we have right here, and I place it up to the swing high here. And so I've highlighted the golden zone within Fibonacci, which for me is between 0.5 and 0.618, which is gold colored right here. Okay. Now, typically, now I'll take another step back. So some people, you'll hear some traders say, I just focus on the 0.618. Some traders just focus on the 0.5 because Fibonacci, one of the Fibonacci numbers, or 0.5 is not a Fibonacci number because it's not. Me, I just use it as an area, and I actually I take out my rectangle tool and I draw a zone right where I believe that golden zone for price is. And so I've made a little zone here, and I have a little template as well for this. And then what we'll do is we'll jump down into the daily, and you can see even on the daily, you can see where price has retraced to. So we have price that hit, looks like $3.20 here at the high, and then we have price retracing down. Now, are we saying 100% that this is going to work every time? No, but the golden area where price can retrace to will typically be the 0.5, between 0.5 and 0.618 level. Now we've seen price also retrace down in 0.786 as well. And that all that means is from the high to 0.786, price has retraced almost 79%. Now, if it goes down to that one where price has retraced all the way to, or price has retraced 100%, then if I was in a trade, I'd probably cut that trade because that means that the trend has changed and now we're in a downtrend. But here, looking at Orion, I see prices come down, and this is what I've also found is the Fibonacci golden zone between zero point 0.5 and 0.618. Typically, what I've seen is my daily levels are somewhat aligned with the golden zone as well. So if my daily level is somewhere near this golden zone, which it typically is, then this zone for me is a definite place where I would place a buy trade. And at the very least, I would target back to my key level or back to that high that was broken. So a couple of things when I'm looking at the chart is we're in an uptrend. We can see that 100%. We're above the 100, we're above the 200, we're in an uptrend. That's on the weekly and the daily as well, right? We are making higher lows and we're making higher highs as well, right? From the key levels were prices in this range between 1.650, we'll call it, and $2.95 currently. Price has wicked past the 295. So, price has done a little liquidity sweep there and hit $3.20. And now we've retraced down to currently $2.15, where it looks like price has slowed down. And you can see the reaction here from price in this level as well, which is also startling because you can see price here, price has bounced. You get a nice little rejection from price upwards, and now price has settled down, and you can see it slowly kind of losing that bearish steam here. So, and then I typically will take the Fibonacci tool off, just so I can get a clear picture of the chart, and then I will make my predictions on where I believe price will go. Here with Orion, I believe that price will settle here and will at least get a bounce back up to 295 right here. What I would like to see is price break through the 295, come down, make a new higher low, and then continue. So, but as with anything, guys, I hope this video was helpful. If you did find it helpful, please like, subscribe, comment. And as always, thank you and happy trading.